Hello everyone, it's Louise here from CrazyBorgies. Right, okay, I am going to do a kitting up video this morning of these 3 gorgeous paintings. One you haven't seen yet, the other 2 I unboxed the other day, and I want to get started on them kind of like straight away really, because Valentine's is coming up, and also this special shape Our Lady is for someone very special to me. So want to get them kitted up and done as quickly as possible. And the one in the middle I will show you in a minute, because she is also not inspirational. I wouldn't say she's inspirational. I've just always had a thing about her. So I actually had a customized diamond painting done, and yeah, we're going to be kitting her up as well. Okay, so let's get started, and hopefully this is going to go well on this new stand. Fingers crossed anyway. So I've already I'm going to talk a little bit about these paintings. So I've already, let's just adjust things on the table. I've already done the washi tape to divide into sections of how many I want. So with this one, because it is a 40 by 50, I have done it in 8 sections. It's only a partial. If it was a full drill, I probably would have divided it into smaller sections, but because it's a special shape and it's only a partial, I just decided to do 8. Yeah, so we're going to kit this one up. It didn't have any glue around the edge of the painting, so I didn't bother putting washi tape around the sides. This one has 17 colours as well. So yeah, I'm going to be kitting this one up, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I know there are a few of you that absolutely love this one. So this one is going to sit over here. Next one I'm going to be kitting up is Rio Stop, is this gorgeous one, which is for Valentine's Day, and very colourful, very bright, cheerful, you know, everything that I love about diamond paintings really. So decided to kit that one up as well. This one has 22 colours on this, and it's just normal acrylic resin drills for this one, so that should be fine. And as I said, I've already sectioned it into the sections that I want to work in. This is just a rough guide, depending on how I feel when I'm actually diamond painting. If it's going smoothly, I may do 2 a day or 1 a day. It depends really. But I do like to work on several paintings at the same time, just so that I can alternate between paintings, because, you know, sometimes you get a bit fed up of working on one particular painting. I've only really done that around Christmas time, where I just consistently worked on one painting only. Most of the time throughout the year I do sort of start and finish several at the same time, just because I like to. Why not? You know, then you're not ever going to get bored of what you're diamond painting, are you? So this is Rio over here. I don't know if I told you the other day, she had her beak trimmed the other day at the vet, so she's in a bit of a moody mood this morning. She's been very moody since she had it done, because it did bleed. So she will sort of fly in every now and then because she's very clingy. Okay, so this one, as I said, I've done the washi tape. I've done little love hearts around the side because I had some washi tape with hearts on, and it's for Valentine's Day. So I thought perfect. And then I've divided it into 8 sections as well. So there we go. So that will make it nice and easy to work on. And that's a 30 by 40. That's basically usually what I do with 30 by 40s, is I divide them into 8 sections. And also you can see it's practically flat now. There is still a little bit of wrinkles where it has been folded, but it has been underneath a heavy book for a day or two, and I have been hanging it up as well so that it can just straighten out naturally. But yeah, it'll be fine. That's straight enough for me to work on anyway, so yeah. Okay, now this next one you haven't seen yet, so I'm going to show you now. So sorry, Rio's just throwing the cutlery across the floor now. This one is Mary Queen of Scots. Now, I don't know if many of you in the USA have ever heard of Mary Queen of Scots, but she was a Catholic, and she got beheaded by the Queen for treason, I think it was, because she was trying to overtake a cousin for the throne of England at the time. Anyway, regardless of all that, I studied a lot about her when I was in high school, as we were doing all about the Tudors and all that. Was it the Tudors? Yeah, and all the her cousin Elizabeth, and then her, and yeah, I just kind of, I don't know, I was just drawn to her. Nothing to do with her being a Catholic or anything like that. It just, she seemed just very, what's the word, unlucky. She was very unlucky in love and very unlucky in life in general. So me and a friend of mine were discussing her the other day, and she actually told me that she'd studied her for her degree that she'd done. So it kind of inspired me once again to kind of reconnect a bit with Mary Queen of Scots. So I decided to find a nice picture of her, or a semi-nice picture, because they never used to smile in them days. I don't think they were allowed to be honest, and get a customised diamond painting of it, because I really couldn't find one anywhere of Mary Queen of Scots. So I decided to just get one customised made. This is a genuine 30 by 40 size, this one. And I did get it customised via Amazon. So how good it comes out, I don't know. The picture that I chose was very clear. I'm going to go into it with an open mind. There's the thumbnail, as you... Oh, sorry guys, just made the stand wobble. I'm just going to show you the thumbnail. So there she is. I think, yeah, she was a redhead. So she had red hair, very pale skin, very Celtic looking. And yeah, it's always the eyes for me that I worry about the most. Because obviously the eyes are the window to the soul, aren't they, really? But I mean, she's not even looking at... Is she looking at the camera? No, I think she's kind of looking away, isn't she? So we might be all right, but we'll just see. We'll start and we'll see how we get on with it. Rio, no. And yeah, this one has 34 colours, which is a lot for 30 by 40. I didn't know whether or not to get her any bigger than a 30 by 40. So obviously with diamond paintings, the bigger you go, the more detail you see. And I just kind of like thought, well, I'll just go for 30 by 40 just to see how she comes out. And bearing in mind, there's not a lot really going on in this picture in the background or on her dress. I'm quite shocked that there's 34 colours, but hey ho, you know, we'll see how we get on. And I did section her off on to 16 sections, because I really want to take my time with this one. I want to take it nice and slow. The The drill field area itself is clear, but very small, as you can see. It's very small. There's some guide circles there as well. It is a round drill. Whoops, sorry guys, got Rio on my hand. And so that's why I decided to go for smaller sections for her. Just so that I can really get every single drill perfect, as much as perfect can be on a diamond painting. There we go. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see. The adhesive is fine. Yeah, she did meet a very gruesome death, but they all did in them days, to be honest. Yeah, adhesive is good. And we shall see. We'll kit her up, get started on her, and see how I progress with her. Rio, stop. Okay, Rio is in a very, very mischievous mood. When I start kitting up, I think I'm going to have to take her into perhaps another room, because when she sees all these drills, she's going to be all over them. Okay, so they're the 3 diamond paintings that I'm going to kit up. I'm going to start with Our Lady first, and then, oh, I've just bent this one now. Oh God, never mind. It'll work its way out. There we go. So I'll start with Our Lady, then I'll do the heart, and then I'll do Mary Queen of Scots. Okay. So let's get started. As you can see, Mary Queen of Scots came with an inventory, which, to be honest, I think most customs do come with inventories, or however you say. Oh, so yeah, I hope you're well as well. I forgot to ask you how you all are this lovely Friday. I'm coming down with a bit of tonsillitis, so I'm not feeling great, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. You know, we just get on with it, don't we, us mums? So, yeah. So, for the partial, I'll be using this type of storage. And, yeah. We'll see how we get on. I might have to use two of these. I'm going to just try and zoom you up. No, I think that's a bit too near there. So, yeah. I'm going to try and remove the sticker. Rio has just landed on my head. Try to remove this sticker that I placed. Oh, no, Rio, because I do like to reuse them. If I can. But what I shall do, actually, where's my scissors? I think I will cut. Rio, come on. Let's find, if you go as slowly as you can with these adhesive stickers, then usually you can re-stick them. It's if you try to rush taking them off. Oh, I've ripped it slightly, but that's fine. I'll still be able to read what it is, just so that I know. There. Okay. So we have quite a few special shapes going on here, and this one is a really straightforward sort of symbol, because 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and all that, so it's all matched up perfectly. Just going to place Rio in her cage because she is in a very feisty, grumpy mood this morning. Not sure why. Not sure what her problem is. She's been a bit funny since she came back from the vet. I don't know if she's feeling perhaps maybe a bit poorly or grumpy or whatever. But she's being a bit of a diva, I think. So, right, let's get some stickers going on. So I always write the stickers out beforehand and try to stick them down before I start kitting up. 11, 12, 13. Oh, this is going to be a pain, isn't it, if I keep hitting you there. I think that's a better view of what I'm doing. So there's our drills, and we're going to get started with number 1. We have 2 bags of white, lovely white ABs, and these ones all do come with the crystal codes as well, so that's good if you use them to store your leftovers. Okay, so let's have a look. Wow, these are gorgeous. Very good quality as always. Lovely. Okay, now how much we get into one of these, I don't know. We shall see, we shall see. It does always surprise me how much you can get into these little tubs though. But then again, this is quite a big painting. So our full pack, you can get 2. Whoops. There we go. So there we go. Always recommend kitting up at a table, you know. I've tried to kit up on my sofa before and it's always ended up a bit of a disaster, to be honest with you. Because if they go all over the place on the sofa, then you can imagine it's a bit of a nightmare there. So number 2 is gorgeous crystal clear rhinestone. Whoops. Whoops, it's not coming out. There we go. Gorgeous clear rhinestones. Really shiny and good quality as always there. Look, lovely. So I don't know about you guys, but I am so thankful that it is Friday, because yeah, although I have had a bit of a drama last night with my son, oh my gosh, I had a right night of it. I couldn't believe it. Two bad things happened actually. So the first one was I started running the bath. Called him down thinking that he was going to go, because our bathroom's downstairs, go into the bath. Got distracted and just presumed that he was in the bathroom when he wasn't. And then guess what happened? Someone shouts, "Mum, quick, the bath's overflowing." Oh my gosh, there was water everywhere. Everywhere. It was all over the puddles, all over the floor, and it was a disaster. So oh gosh, it's a right mess. It's a right mess, guys, but you know, what can you do? So it's the joy of having kids, isn't it, really? So, and me being, I was just so tired last night that I just kept like drifting on and out of sleep on the sofa, which probably didn't help matters. And yeah, so the bath was overflowing, so I had to sort that out. Took practically all night because we had to keep using all the towels to like kind of absorb all the puddles, then put it into the washing machine to spin all the water out, then get them back out. And yeah, but you know, I sorted it, and then obviously turned the heating up full blast to try and clean it up as quick as possible. This is like a goldy yellow colour. It's going to look lovely, that is. And yeah, it wasn't the best evening after that. And before that happened, I was sitting in the living room and I heard a big bang, and I was like, that does not sound good. Usually when I hear a bang, it's someone's dropped something, because you know, we're in quite an old house and it sort of echoes throughout the house when someone drops something upstairs. But it usually always sounds worse than what it actually is. But this sounded really bad. And then all of a sudden, one of the kids appears and says, Mum, I'm going to tell you something now, but you have to promise to not get angry. And I'm sitting there thinking, how can you make that promise? How can I promise you that I'm not going to get angry when I know that something bad has happened, something's been broken, and I'm not going to like it? So I tried to throw a few guesses out there what it could be that's broken. He says no. And then he drops the bombshell that his bed's broke. He's broken his bed. He jumped onto his bed. It is an old bed anyway. It's got to be, oh gosh, maybe about a good 10 years old at least. And the base had snapped, literally. So the bed was sort of like tilted like that. I was like, oh my gosh. But I mean, I was going to get him a new bed anyway. So it's just lucky for him, you know, I wasn't overly upset about it. I was annoyed because it meant that he had to sleep at a funny angle all night long. And he will have to continue doing so until the new bed arrives. and it's put up and together and everything. But, you know, that's what happens if you jump on a bed, isn't it? I'm hoping he's learned his lesson, but, you know, yeah. Because, you know, in his mind, he still thinks he's about, I don't know, probably thinks he's about 10, but he's really 12. And he's a big 12, you know. He's very tall, very big feet. And, you know, he's not fat, but he's not skinny either. He's got, you know, some puppy fat going on as well. Well, not even fat, but you know how when they hit puberty, they go a bit stodgy, is that the word I'm looking for? You know, they sort of fill out a bit, don't they? And yeah, he's 12 now, obviously, so yeah, the bed just couldn't take it anymore, obviously. And I had to sort of prop it up on something, but I'm gonna have to find something to put underneath it to kind of even it out until the new bed arrives. But, you know, it's like anything in January. You just think, why do these things always happen when you least need them to? If it was in a month that, you know, we hadn't just had Christmas, I would have been all right. But yeah, you know, but these things are sent to try us. But, you know, I'm hoping he's learned a valid lesson that you can't go jumping around on beds. I'm not going to hold my breath though. So, yeah. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I'll just tell you a bit about myself, although I don't really like talking too much about my children on here, but they do come up every now and then. Wow, look at this gorgeous blue rhinestone, guys. It's like proper aqua sea blue. Lovely. So I have 4 children, and my eldest one is now 20. Can you believe? 20 years. I can't even believe it myself. She's 20. And then I have a 12-year-old. And then I have a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old. So the last 2 I had really, really close together. I would never advise doing that. I was very upset at the time, but I'm happy now, obviously. These things happen for a reason. Because I know if I'd have left not having another one quite so soon, I probably wouldn't have had another one, if I'm honest. Because the third one and the second one, so the second one that's 12, he is autistic. And he has learning difficulties as well. And he has several other things going on, but his main label that they've given him is autism. And it's very, 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 very hard. Very hard with him. You know, I started noticing about 2.5 that something wasn't quite right. And then obviously when they go into educational settings, they sort of, well, some people spot things, but the main thing for me was I noticed he wasn't talking. And if I was standing in the kitchen calling his name, he wouldn't turn around and even look at me or acknowledge me. So initially I thought he was deaf. You know, I really did. I was convinced he was deaf. So I took him to the doctor to get his hearing tested. And obviously it came back that he wasn't deaf. It was selective hearing. Yeah, selective hearing, I reckon. So he just was so engrossed in playing with his toys, he didn't want to know. He didn't want anything to know with what I was saying. So then obviously his behaviour got worse. He's getting frustrated because he couldn't talk, and then he got referred for speech and language therapy, and then the speech and language therapist, luckily we had a really good one, and we were still in London at this time. She noticed that he wasn't making very good eye contact at all. It was very fleeting. So, and then I remember going home from that, because it was like a group session, it wasn't individual, so I was there with several other mothers, and like the speech and language therapist was sort of going around us all, just like spending a few minutes here and there with us. And I remember going home and looking up, you know, some of his symptoms, because, you know, I know they say not to, but I think as a parent, it's there on Google, so that's your first reaction to do. So I went online and I read all this stuff, and as I was reading it, I was like, oh, blimey, he does that, and he does that, and he does that. And you know, you start reading things that you sort of know that he does, but you never really thought much of it. And then it said, the final thing I remember was it said about lining toys up, lining car toys up and flipping them over and playing with the wheels of the car instead of like normal cars. And I remember going into turning it off and thinking, oh gosh, you know, I think it was like a lightning bolt on the head. It was like, oh my gosh, I think he could be autistic. He was only about 3 at this point, so I just didn't want to, you know, sort of, I was convinced that he was when I read it all, because it was so similar to everything that he was doing at the time. But I didn't want to believe it, you know. It's that sort of bit of in denial, maybe I'm wrong sort of thing. And I remember just, because over in England we have like at least a good year and a bit waiting list, you know, for autism assessments, and then you have to see several people. They have to have several reports that are all saying the same sort of thing to get the diagnosis. So we basically, well, me on my own, because I'm a single mum as well. Did I leave that out? I think I must have done. Yeah, single mum. And, you know, I have got autism in my family, several first cousins, several second cousins. And I thought to myself, I always had a feeling that if I had a boy, that, you know, it would probably have some sort of hyperness or something going on. It's another gorgeous yellow there. And yeah, so I basically went into the living room after switching off Google, and bearing in mind this was a long time ago now, and basically he'd lined up all his toys, and I'd never even noticed it before that day that he'd done that. I just thought he was just doing that, you know. I thought all boys did that, you know, pretending they were cars or whatever. And he'd lined it up from one side of the living room to the other. And because I'd just read it on Google, I went in and I remember just feeling like, oh my gosh, as if someone is like, God is trying to say, look, this is what's wrong with him. He's autistic, you know. It couldn't have been more obvious, let's put it that way. And I was like, oh, and I remember trying to tidy it up and him going crazy because he didn't want me to tidy it up, and no one was allowed to touch him. They had to be in specific order. And I was just like, oh my gosh, how could I have missed, you know, you start all the mum guilt then, don't you? You know, how could I have missed it and all the rest of it. But yeah, so he got his diagnosis just after his 5th birthday. And luckily we'd already moved to the countryside. Because London, you know, when you've got children with disabilities, especially autism and any sort of sensory issues, London is just way too busy and way too crazy for them, you know. So in a sense, everything worked out all in good time. God always helps you with that, doesn't he? It's always in God's good time. So, yeah. So that's how it all really happened. And then the 3rd one came along. And, yeah, I remember going to a doctor and asking him, will this child have autism? What's the chances? And she said, no, not necessarily, you know, you can't really say for sure, but I don't think that the next one will be, but obviously you have to keep an eye. So not that I would have done anything even if she'd have said yes, it will. But I don't think I was quite prepared for what happened then, because my 3rd one was a girl, and she come out looking absolutely nothing like what I thought she'd look like. She looked the double of me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know. And she is just adorable. But then what happens is about 4 months old, well, even before that, I'd sort of noticed as I was leaning over her cot that she wasn't making very good eye contact with me. And I remember when I was researching it about my boy, reading on an American website that the children that don't make eye contact as babies, about 90% of them went on to get an autism diagnosis later on. And I was like, oh no, not this again, you know. Once again though, you don't want to believe it. You think you're imagining it. And especially when she started appearing to get some words, because she had some words. She started like trying to say mama and stuff like that. But she was always did what she wanted to do. And then I had the next daughter very close by. So Natalia was only like 11 months old when I had her younger sister, my last child. And in fact, they're the same age for 10 days every year. They're that close in age. And yeah, basically what happened then was obviously Natalia, that's her name, she was getting older. And I was noticing that the words that she did have, all of a sudden she wasn't saying anything anymore. And I was like, why is she not saying mama? She sort of was going through a period of really trying to talk, and then all of a sudden she sort of regressed. And I thought maybe it was because I'd just had another baby, but no, it wasn't. And then she stopped talking altogether and got the health visitor involved, and she got her diagnosis just 2 years, 4 months old. She was very young, very young. She got it virtually straight away because it was glaringly obvious when you're dealing with a child that's completely non-verbal and has severe autism. It's obvious at a very young age, very young. So and at this point she'd already started nursery and she didn't want to know any of the other kids, and it was just obvious. It was obvious what it was. And yeah, she got diagnosed very young. And I think because they knew the family history, it was just obvious that she was. And still upsetting though, very upsetting, because I was like, oh, you know, not again. You feel like, how can this be? How can God let this happen again? And you feel really angry and really like, oh, you know, you go through those depression zones of accepting it, you know, but feeling like, was it maybe something I'd done in the pregnancy or anything? And of course it never is anything that the mum's done. It's just one of those things, you know. It's just the way that their brain is wired. So, but I was very upset. I think every mum has that sort of feeling though, when, you know, because you have your idea, don't you, of what you want when you're, or what you're going to experience when you have a baby. And no one plans for, oh my gosh, especially if you're having a normal, straightforward pregnancy. No one thinks, oh, but what am I going to do if the child is severely disabled? You know, I suppose you'd think that if you knew something was wrong in pregnancy, because then you could prepare yourself for it. But see, with autism, you can't pick that up on an ultrasound, can you? So there's no way of foreseeing a development problem like that. So yeah, it was a very, very difficult time, but with God's help, and thanks be to God, I got through it. And yeah. And her sister, basically, it's really weird how life plans out, because her sister is the opposite. She talks too much, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh, how can you have two children so close together, so completely different? You know, she's reading proper books, she's writing, but she does have some hyperness to her. So I think they are keeping a very close eye, the paediatrician, because obviously now I've got two children that were diagnosed. You know, you have to keep a close eye, and that's something I'd say to anyone that has just one child diagnosed autistic or any other sort of development need. Always get your other children tested. Even if you don't think they've got it, just to know, you know, just have peace of mind even, because it is something that runs in families. So it's always better. And this was my thing, is just because the other one's needs are not as high as the my non-verbal child, doesn't mean as a parent that I can ignore it and not acknowledge it, because then I wouldn't be doing my job as a mother, would I? So, you know, but at the same token, I don't want her to get a label if they're not 100% sure that she has it. You know, they don't think she's got full-blown autism, they think she's got ADHD. Which I think, yes, I think she has too. With some traits of autism. But she's very social, very social. With her, it's all emotion and social, sort of like emotional regulation and sensory. That's where her problems lie the most. So, yeah. Anyway. Enough about that doom and gloom. I'm just loving all these gorgeous pearls, you know. We've got yellow pearls, white pearls, And we've got different sizes, marquees. Oh, it's just gonna look gorgeous, this painting. So this is the last one, and yeah, I managed to get all of them. See what I mean though? Like, it's amazing how much you can actually get in these little pill boxes, I call them. So there's Our Lady kitted up. Let's move on to number 2, which is the love heart now. Just going to pause you for a second. Okay, I'm back, guys. So I've written out my labels already for this one, stuck them on, and put the label on top. And now we're going to get started on these ones. So we'll start off with V. Lovely bright colours in this love heart. Whoops, I just threw them all on the floor. That's not a good start. 22. So where are we going to start from? This is number 1. There we go. So, oh, I've just seen that I think there may be a bag leaking. So it's probably good that we're kicking this up. Yeah, I was so tired last night. I went straight to bed without eating dinner. I was just so exhausted. Okay. This one as well has all the DMC codes, this gorgeous love heart one. So let's see how the quality is of these. Gorgeous lilac colour here. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Gorgeous. Whoops. Come on. Don't want to come out to play, do they? There we go. Just a couple went over here. There's the lid. Whoops. There we go. So it's our first one. V. N is number 2. And that as well is a purple. Gorgeous dark purple. I tell you, these little storage containers are a lifesaver because, oh my gosh, I just couldn't imagine working out these tiny bags. That's how I did it for the first few diamond paintings that I done. I used to do like that, you know, work out them tiny little bags. Oh, it was a nightmare. It really was. I think most of us do though, don't they? When we first start doing these, you think, oh yeah, I'll just open these and throw them all down. But it's a long time, isn't it? You know, diamond painting, it takes a long time and you want it to look nice. You don't want to rush it. Worst thing is when you leave them around your kids. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not good, not good. Number 5 is D. Gorgeous bright colours on this one. Absolutely stunning. Look at that pink, guys. In case any of you are interested, that is DMC 602, this one. Might as well tell you what the DMC codes are for them, in case you see any of these gorgeous bright colours and love them. Gorgeous bright pink. Will I get it all in? Let's see, let's see. Yeah, I will. Again, these, it's surprising how many these hold as well. Whoops. Whoops. Rio's fluttering around her cage. She doesn't usually fly around her cage. She's getting a bit restless, perhaps. Okay. Gorgeous, isn't it? There we go. Number 6. This is 704. Bright green. Absolutely stunning. Oh, she's calling me for kisses over there. All right, Rio. Might have to take her upstairs for my daughter to bird sit. Okay. The next one is, if I have any road drills like I did just then, I had a green road drill that I missed and a biscuit coloured drill that I missed. I just, to be honest, I know people don't do it, but I just put it in with whatever colour is there, because when I will be working on this, I will know, obviously, that that colour isn't that symbol. Yeah. Obviously, I try not to mix the colours up, but if it happens, it happens, because you have a guide to go by on the legend anyway, by the colour. So, for example, this is symbol A. I would know just by looking at A and the shading in the background on the painting that it's not green or grey. It's definitely orange, you know. So, yeah, you know, it's just the way it is, isn't it? She says. Which one is this now? P7. What number am I on? Number 7? Am I on number 7? Ah, yes. See, I put it in like that, thinking it was N, but it wasn't. It was Z. So now what I'm going to do to make sure that I don't do that mistake again is just put a little squiggle along here so that I know it's that way round. Because I was a bit lost then. I was like, well, how comes it's saying Z, but I can't see Z, I can only see N. And it was because I'd placed it that way. Silly me. Anyway, this one is 722 DMC code. There we go. Put drill in there as well. There we go. Z. L is 726, which is number 8. Yep. Bright yellow colour. There we go. L. And then A is orange, 741. There we go. It's another gorgeous orange as well there. Oops. Rio is tapping on her cage door now. That's what she does when she wants to be let out of her cage. So I think I'm going to take her upstairs. So I'll just pause the video and I'll be back in 1 second. Right, I'm back, guys. I just looked at the time. I didn't realise how long this was going to take. So I think what I'm going to do is I will have to do Mary Queen of Scots tomorrow kitting up. Do a separate video for her. So I think she has got a lot. She's got 34 colours as well. So that is a lot. So, but that's okay. So we've just got the 2 in this video. But I showed you her anyway. So anyway, right. So this is number 10 and it is 762, this colour. So what number is number 10 is J. What symbol J? Yeah. Time goes so fast when you're having fun, doesn't it? I've actually sorted out a little storage system for all the drills that are put away ready for me to pull out and kit up. So I have quite a few kitted up that I'm working on, but what I'm going to do is, because they were all stored alphabetically according to the canvas number, but because obviously I have quite a lot, the drills were taking over everywhere in my kitchen basically. So what I decided to do was buy some underbed storage bags and then buy some separate little baggies, little Ziploc bags, and have one per letter of the alphabet, A3 size. And then yeah, I'll show you the end result in a minute. Although one of them, the top one, was ripped basically, so I've had to order another one of them. Right, this one is 813, but then I'll be able to just store my drills, because you don't realise that, you know, this is it. I don't have a problem storing my canvases. It's the actual drills I have the problem with, because they take up a lot more space than my canvases do. H, this is 813. So I've been looking for a solution for a while, and then I thought, hang on a second, I've got all that space underneath my bed that's just got loads of rubbish under there, and I was meant to start it before Christmas, but I didn't. So I thought I'll get some underbed storage bags and all my drills can go under there. And because they're alphabetical, it won't take me long to just grab whatever is on the first letter of the canvas number. So there's a method to my madness. Whoops. Right, this one is 819. This is number 12. So, yeah. I always find writing the labels out beforehand and putting them on the jars just helps it go a bit smoother when kitting up. Whoops. So yes, I've just had to order my son a new bed today. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to order a new bath mat as well, because that got absolutely ruined. It's absolutely soaked. I tried to put it in the washing machine to spin some of the water out, but it's really, I think it's just better to throw it out and get another one. Right, 826 that one was. W is 917, number 14. You see? No, you can't really. Got my arm there in the way. Let me just bring you round and down a bit there. There we go. WS is 956, this next one is, and it is number 15. Another bright, gorgeous pink colour. Wow, that is very bright. Very bright. As you can see, very bright. C is 3608. It's another, well, it's like a lilac, this colour actually. Go. Oh, I've missed one. G is okay. 17, and this one is 3705. Wow, another really bright, gorgeous pink. Look at that. Wow, that's lovely, isn't it? Colours are absolutely amazing for this one. Number 18 is 3807. This one is. Just going to put a little dash under there. Okay, number 19 is 3819, a lime green colour. The 3814 is number 20. Gorgeous. Gorgeous blue colour. And then the last two are actually quite similar, but they are different shades, only slightly though. So this one is 3845. Whoops. No, there's still drills in there. 3845, this one. Did another one go somewhere? No. Then the last one, which is E, is 3846, this one. There we go. So that is that one all kitted up. And on that note, that's the end of this kitting up video for today. So sorry I run out of time to do the Mary Queen of Scots, but yeah, it's now coming up to 2:30, and my son and the other children will be home, and yeah, filming with them in the house is not great. And also I need to have some lunch. Anyway, I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and I hope that you've all enjoyed this little video, or this long video even. So we've kitted up the heart, we've kitted up our lady partial. So just this one, this gorgeous heart. And this gorgeous one. Whoa, can you see her? There we go. Is she in frame? There we go. Pull you out there. So this gorgeous one. So yeah, I hope that you've all had a lovely week. And there's my Pepsi Max there. I love Pepsi Max cherry flavour, my favourite. Anyway, have a lovely weekend. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay positive, And thank you so much for your support. I always keep forgetting to say please like, subscribe, share, and turn on all the post notifications, etc. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram at CrazyBorgies Diamond Art. And also day before yesterday's video, I have done a free giveaway of a diamond painting, but it is subscribers only, so please subscribe if you want also to be in for a chance to have that diamond painting or to be entered for the giveaway. Yeah, so as I said before, please like and share and comment down below. And I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Okay? So take care and God bless. And I will speak to you soon. Bye. Sorry guys, I said that I'd show you my storage of my drills that have been put away before I kit up. So this is it. So I have 12 underneath and 12 on top, but this top one has a rip in it, and they're all in alphabetical order according to the canvas numbers. So I've got 2 of them, and they'll be going underneath my bed to be kept nice and safely out of the way so they don't get broken and they don't get dirty. So, because the kitchen is not a very good place to store drills, as I've found out. So, on that note, I'm definitely going this time, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care, God bless, and stay in touch. Okay, take care. Bye.